Hi, it's Jackie Othen here with your November real estate update. I'm hoping this message finds everyone well, and I'm super grateful that we've had amazing weather up until now, and let's hope for a continued mild fall, if you will say, if we could be so lucky. I want to give you a recap on what's happening in real estate. Most notably, as many of you know, we had another rate hike a couple of weeks ago, and that is definitely having impact on buyers, as buyers are more skeptical about what prices are going to do and still in search of a really good deal. Now, are the deals going to continue into the new year, and are we going to see further decline? That is anybody's guess. We don't have a crystal ball here, but I'm going to give you a recap on what the end of October numbers looked like as we have them now. The average price of a residential home is just sitting shy of $1,090,000. And what matters more than that is the average days on market, which is sitting, as reported by the Toronto Real Estate Board, at 21 days. Now, does that mean that it's taking about 21 days for every property to sell? I'm going to say we have to qualify that number by saying that there are listings that go to market that fail to sell and then undergo either a new listing, meaning the agents pull those listings down and they relist them, which basically resets the days on market to zero. So we can't rely heavily on this 21 days on market as the most important factor when considering how long it's going to take to sell your home. We need to actually look at current listings and look at the accumulation of the past listings to be able to give you a number that's realistic. So if you're looking to find out how long it takes for an average home in your neighborhood or in your condo building to sell, you want to talk to a professional, you want to reach out to us and ask that question of us. Now, we've had 4,961 transactions as at the end of October. So that is substantially down from the year prior. And what I'm going to tell you is that we had 10,400 listings hit the market. So if you look at those two numbers together and look at them in connection to one another, we have about 50% of the listings that go to market that are successfully being sold in any given month. So the absorption rate is sitting roughly about 50% according to that math. Why is that important? Because in the springtime we were seeing 99% of everything that goes to market sell, or sometimes 99.9%. Almost every house was selling in the springtime. But as the market has stabilized and downturned, we've started to see things sitting on the market longer and taking much longer to sell. The reality is we still have old inventory from the summer months still sitting on the market, which is actually dragging the numbers down. But the really good news is, for a buyer looking for a deal, those old listings are golden opportunities to be able to go in and negotiate down. Some of those sellers may be unmovable, that is true, but other sellers may be completely exhausted, tired of being on the market, and they really just want to get sold. So you might find that you've saved 25, 30%, or there's a golden opportunity to get in there with a very fatigued seller. Again, if you want to know the history on a listing, you want to reach out to us so we can find out what's going on. I'm going to chat about pre-construction right now. For some of you, you're wondering, you reach out to me all the time and ask, is it a good time to step into a pre-construction opportunity or not? A couple of months ago, I was saying just hold off and still wait, and for good reason, because we're finally starting to see builders adjust their deposit structures and really stretch them out to give investors a lot longer to come up with the deposits. Usually it's 20% in pre-construction. Historically, it was spread over a year and a half, maybe 2 years, but right now I'm seeing things with 3 years for the 20% down payment to be made, which is incredible. So we've seen stretched deposit terms. We haven't really seen prices come down from the developers, but really good developers sitting on property in great locations. They know what they've got, and they know their projects won't be completed from anywhere from 4 to 6 years, and they are banking on a full market recovery and then some. So if you're thinking about investing in pre-construction, you want to find a really strong builder, you want to make sure that you've got an amazing location, and you want to crunch your numbers financially and speak to a broker to make sure that you are in a financial position where you can afford to make those decisions to invest right now, and that you're not taking a home equity line of credit, which costs way more than it did months back, but that you've got savings that you can leverage, and that you have job security, and that you can afford to make these investment choices either for your retirement or for your children who might be going off to university in 10, 15 years. So still a good option. You want to make sure you do your homework there. There's lots of chatter about whether we're headed for a recession, whether we're in a full-blown recession, or we're just at the beginning of the recession. And I'm going to tell you, to me, it really doesn't matter where we're sitting in that period of time unless you have a significant need to make a decision right now out of financial distress, because that priority comes ahead of market timing. If you're someone who's thinking about selling and buying, the reality is it's an incredible time to be able to make that change to sell and buy, because you're going to get a real sweetheart deal on the buy or the purchase that you're making, whether it's in town or out of town. The more important thing to point out is if you are the loved one or family member of someone who has to make a downsizing decision because they're no longer able to care for their home, or the property is overwhelming, or they're having trouble navigating the stairs, or whatever it is, those types of conversations and those needs sit outside of what the market is doing. Those are human needs, and those are real needs that have priorities of their own. Again, if you're thinking about doing something related to selling or buying, you want to make sure you get good advice and make sure it makes sense. For a lot of people, it still makes really good sense to hit the market. We've still got a window of opportunity of about 4 weeks, but you have to be priced right. You've got to look better than everybody else, and you've got to be marketed fully and well to be able to get sold. You don't want to be one of those old terminated listings who are on the market for months and months and months. So it's crucial that you are really, really intelligent about how you price your home, and that you have good, honest, straight shooting advice from a realtor. This is not the time where we want to sugarcoat things for you. And as always, we hope that you continue to do well and healthy and enjoy this fall season. And if you need any specific advice or confidential conversation to be booked with one of us, we'd be happy to hear from you and happy to help you and your families. Thanks so much for watching. We'll see you soon.